So making a hire in your construction business, whether it's your first hire or you've done this before, it adds to your payroll. It's scary. There's a risk to it. I completely get it. And it's a super big decision. It's a tough decision. You got to do it right or else it could actually hurt you more than it helps you. But I'm here, your construction business friend, to help you get through this process and do it the right way the first time. The best part about this whole thing is there's actually a really straightforward playbook that I've put together. And in my coaching program, Automation Blueprint, and I actually lay this hiring process out for all of the students, but I'm gonna give you a little bit of the goods here today. And so today I'm gonna show you where to start and how to go through this process and build a fantastic team for your construction business. And by the way, my name is Jesse Lane. I built a 8-figure construction company before I was 30 years old. Took a lot of blood, sweat, and tears to get it done, but I got it done right, so now it runs without me having to be there. So you could go one of two ways, especially on your first hire, but really any point in your business career. You can get a full-time W-2 employee, or you could get a 1099 vendor who can help you do miscellaneous tasks part-time. So one of the first things you could do, for example, would be bring on a part-time bookkeeper as a vendor. You just give this person a 1099. They're not necessarily working 40 hours a week in your business, but it's an example of one thing that you could delegate as a little admin task to lighten your load if you're the one doing bookkeeping yourself. Because you don't need to be sitting there categorizing all the receipts and everything like that. You want to look over their work and make sure they're doing it right, but you don't necessarily need to be doing that yourself. And you could get all kinds of people. You could have people help you not just with bookkeeping, but everything admin related. Virtual assistants are a fantastic way to go. They can help you respond to emails, manage your inbox, help you manage your calendar, line up meetings. You could even have a social media person, a part-time marketing vendor to create content, create posts, and help you build out a content calendar and post for you and stuff like that. And I've even seen people hire a vendor superintendent. This is kind of crazy. Bet you didn't know I was about to say that. But I've seen these part-time 1099 vendors that can kind of come on if you get a project. If you're not real stable yet in your construction business, you can hire a part-time superintendent as a vendor to help you. By the way, I have a new masterclass that just launched. It's called How to Start and Run Your Construction Business. It is a full 10-module masterclass that will rock your socks if you want to know exactly how to start and run your construction business, from sales to marketing to estimating to project management to taxes to financial management. There's so many things in this course. If I only had this when I was starting, oh my gosh. Check it out on jesselane.com. Okay, so let's talk about how to actually bring on a full-time W-2 employee. Super scary. I know it's a big deal, but you really need to make sure that you're in the right place and you don't want to hire on a whim. So what I mean by in the right place is, do you have the projects to support this person, right? Are you ready to go as far as sales? Do you have the estimating process down? Like, so let's say, for example, you're going to start by hiring a superintendent, because you don't need to be the one running around to all of your projects and managing the day-to-day job site supervision. Because if you're doing that, your business is going to fail because you're not out marketing and selling and estimating and potentially project managing. But your first hire should be either a superintendent or an admin or some sort of office manager to help you with bookkeeping, all the admin tasks. Because if you're bogged down in all the little micro admin details and all the little micro job site details, that's office manager and superintendent, those two different roles, you need to pick one and you need to hire one of those, because you can't be doing that because you need to be selling new projects. So it's really important to be, first of all, ready within your business and within yourself to hire a full-time employee like a superintendent or an admin assistant or something like that, like an office manager type person. You need to have stable cash flow, and your business needs to be somewhat set up with some sort of job description or a standard operating procedure for this person to follow, so that you know you're hiring the right person. Because if you don't really have a place for this person to fit in, it's going to turn into even more chaos for you. So you really want to make sure that there's somewhat of a framework set up in advance, which, by the way, my whole masterclass can really help you set these things in place. But beyond getting things set up in place, you need to make sure that you find the right person. So does this person know construction? Has this person been a superintendent before? What is their culture like? What is their character like? Are they going to show up on time? Are they going to lie? Are they going to cheat? Are they going to steal? There's so many things that go into hiring the right person, and if you make them wrong hire, it could really, really hurt you. So make sure that you find the right person, quiz them, do multiple interviews, interviews, sit with them, get comfortable with them, understand their experience, and know that they can really handle the job before you hire them. And when it comes to hiring the right role, I like to say start with an admin type person or a superintendent, but then what do you do from there? Well, there's 4 more pieces: marketing, sales, estimating, and project management in this next phase. And I like to say that you need to pick what you're best at. And hopefully you're best at marketing and sales, because that's really where you should be as a business owner. Then you could hire maybe a hybrid role to get you going, maybe a project manager that can help with estimating. That's what I did. I hired a project manager that could help with estimating, and he wasn't the best salesperson or anything. He actually would push clients away because of his bedside manner. Some client told me one time in an email after I lost the project, but I realized I needed to be the person selling because he wasn't a salesperson. And because he was a project manager, he still understood construction costs and stuff like that when I had to review every single estimate, because there would always be little mistakes, but he would get 80-90% of it correct, which was a huge burden off my shoulders. So once you have the estimating and project management positions filled, you're going to be able to focus so much more on marketing, sales, and if you're the operations person, and actually being the CEO. Those are the things that you're going to be focusing on versus doing job site management, all the admin work, the estimating, the project management. That's not your job as a CEO. Now, eventually you could hire a marketing team, you could hire a salesperson, you could hire a COO to manage all those people down below. And then all you're doing is making sure everything's running smoothly, meeting with your COO, making sure things are flowing, making sure the processes are up to date, managing your COO just to make sure sales are happening, margins are being, upheld. And your main role, once you make it to this point, is to be the visionary. You're going to be casting the vision. What's the culture? You're going to be setting the tone for your whole company. It's really an exciting thing. And then eventually, really the last piece of the puzzle would be you move into being just the founder, which is where I am today, which is how I help people, where I help people in Automation Blueprint coaching program, which you can check out on jessielane.com. And if you're not interested in coaching, you can always check out some of the master classes that I have to get you going. And so I hope that was helpful. Start with admin and bookkeeping type roles, get like an administrative assistant, get you a superintendent so you're not running around all your job sites. Then you can get a hybrid estimator, project manager duo. And then you're just focusing on marketing, sales, being the COO and the CEO. And eventually you could fill the sales role. You can hire a marketing agency. You can hire a COO. You can hire the COO before those other things too, to then have that person hire those other roles and manage those other roles, which is actually really nice, because then those other roles aren't going to come knocking on your door. They're going to go knock on his or her door and ask them the questions, because they have the relationship with these new hires, and maybe they were the ones that did the onboarding for these new hires. And so there's a little bit more of a separation between church and state, so you don't have to be the guy answering all the questions, which is not the goal of being a CEO. You don't want to be in the middle of a wheel. Your org chart can't look like a wheel with all the spokes facing towards you, because I know people like this, and they feel like they're Superman, and they feel like they're Mixer Fix-It because they can answer all these questions, but you don't need to be the one answering all the questions. You want your team to be self-sufficient, whether it's the SOPs that they reference, or if they're able to just source the information themselves and make the best possible decision. So I hope that was helpful. Definitely check out jessielane.com. And if you need a software for contractors that has everything a construction business could ever possibly dream of, the best software in the whole industry, go to structure.com and start your free trial. See you in the next video. Peace.